Jimere mai dreve bao ne Shin Barve to do Medoma, Winjit and the Bado Round the Zaman Gombe, the Zezo, the Jezo, Chile, Madanje, Treje, Namda, Lamla, Gujendo, Shabek, and Jalatem, Traje, Jom, so the Dushe, Bongeti, Dorje, Ninja, Derze, Bamai, Garbera, Chera, Oncho, Druba, Jeje, Shabzo, Dade, Jendel, Dushe, Bonge, Jingme, Dorje, Ninja, Derze, Bamai, Garbera, Chena, Oncho, Druba, Jeje, Shabzo, Dade, Jendel, Duje Bonge Jigme Dorje Nije Darje Ema Karmena Chera Wanjo Droba Jeje Jendele Nojo Deshe Dembe Demba Cho So Nimbe Dura Dobe Tintingi Shidu Chaje Yishe Namewa Yang Be Jekan Dam Jekan Dom Soi Nime Vedanta Roje Tesama Gombe Tezan Zime Tenze Beme Tso Jiyange Yang Be Jekan Dam Jekan Yedan Gurde Chulo Nama Je Pendan Deve Arje Jevene Shukuru Sarva Sarve Bejaza Yambe Jagam Damje Kanjoro Je Rakara Denjera Ringlo Je Cheve Drave Jide Zimboja Shabda Drave Gombo Bagrobe Ringlo Seba Sumdo Jejuro Je Zobe Janchun Drova Chida Namdam Zawaye Bardo Jebe Zanam Jenyevara Zendo Denen Diring Chidogi Nyamlen Pengen Tsamala Jumba Lekso Jesu Irang Gushap Shuyus.
So good evening and welcome to all of you who joined us this evening to do this practice. I rejoice.
Tene Sanje Jumnendi Kichu Mangbo Sungyore, Tinane Mangbo di Mitapa di Mangbo Sungbare Sendwa Sanje Mitapa.
So the Buddha has given many teachings, and among them he taught a lot about impermanence.
Pena Varanasla Sanje Kichu Dambo Sundi Demba Shirete Tenshi Mitak Chuduk Segda, Mitak Chuduk, Mitak Wakola, Mitak Chudus. Pena Duji Tamji Mitakwa Sundwa Sanje Dambo Sundwa. Tene Mitakwa di Nyambo Sakje Tamji Dungalwa Seade, Koran Dunga Jirang Shiniba. Tene Chu Tamji Tongsing Dangmeba Seade, Chu Tamji Rangshin Madruba, Tongmani Ba de Sanje Sundwa.
So the first time the Buddha turned the wheel of Dharma in Varanasi, he gave teachings on the Four Noble Truths. And so these Four Noble Truths were taught in 12 parts. And the Buddha also said that all composed phenomena are impermanent, that all emotions are suffering, and that all phenomena are emptiness. And this relates to the cyclic existence, which is nothing else than suffering.
Tene Tama Sanje Chumne Kumlo Jeju Kumba Zoto Yudeyang last time Mitapa Sumbare Sedo Korangi Kudi Tende Chene Gelong Sama. Tene Charanzo, they worship Wagiti Kula Das. 미탁배랑 신데 되네 제만데 통규 말에 파파시포 메노 가데 전된 되네 숭디 양 경험하고 미탁바 신 미탁바 라리시죠 정말 성도.
So the first teaching the Buddha gave was about impermanence, and it was also the last one he gave before he entered in parinirvana. And he showed his body to his disciples, to the monks which were there, saying, look at my body. So today you can see it, but because of the impermanence, tomorrow it won't be there anymore. And thanks to this teaching, most of his disciples realized what is emptiness. What is impermanence?
되네 미탁바 세디 시에 지고 계셔 말아봐. 최탐지 뒤지기 최탐지 미탁바래 세디 장마 미탁바라 세디 장마 미탁바래서.
So now impermanence is not only for the death, it covers all phenomena.
되네 미탁바라 락바도 차와 니스모도 락바디 먼저 장마하고 먼저 폰세 셀라비 라베데 미타과 락바레도 차와마도 락바르 normal 세데 미타과 락바 장마하고도 이나 미타과 락바레도 다 미타과 차와디 베 임포던트다 미타과 차와디 끼지라 저도서도 딱딱딱 장마 모타 강바 잘라미 가리네 미타파차와 딱딱딱딱 뱀 리버리션 로버세도 대원자 하고요 말아 디셰디 삼로탄고레 소미타파차와.
So now there are two levels of impermanence. So there is the gross impermanence and the subtle impermanence. Regarding the gross impermanence, we understand what it is, and in France, when there's some events, sometimes we say that's life. But regarding this subtle impermanence, it's more difficult to understand what it is exactly. So it is the time which never stops, second after second, moment after moment, and our car or our house, which are subject to the time and are getting old, and we can also take the example of a river. So the water never stops; it's never the same, and it never stops. So it is. These are examples which illustrate the impermanence. And this subtle impermanence, it's really difficult to understand what it is exactly, and it's important for us to think about it.
Tene detabu chiwa mitabwage chidila tene pecha denala sabjedabu dungi tone sungudwa tangbodi shi ne jiten zambuling diyang tene kalba chimbu ge jela mebandu yore se desolo samlo tangdi jiten zambuling mebandu nata nganzo gi subu tene mustik dabu deda bokoba sende samlatan gomgo direndo.
So now regarding the book we are studying, so the Path of Great Perfection from Zavatrul Rinpoche. So there is one part of regarding the impermanence of life, and in this part there are 7 different meditation about impermanence. So the first one is the meditation of the impermanence of universe. So this universe, which will last for one great kalpa, after what it will be destroyed. So compared to this, of course, our life is not solid, and one day we will die. Our life is like mosquito's life.
Tene da samno tangurwa da jikten zambuling tende shukchimbu tiyang nima chikme bandwa redwa sam sen namdi samna pendongu yorwa tene solit me bandwa sam tene zambuling ki nyo zambuling nangna chu rowa ritu ki simjin kase yore tisoyang tene tsangma mitabwerang shenre sungwerwa sanjegi di labdi rowa ritu ki simjin kiene mashiba chikchang yo mare tene kiene mashiba chik yore charang tongsong amjo kosong tene dokpa sasong sirdiwan tegdwa tene da di labdi zambuling mitabware la zambuling nangi chuji simjin tamche yang 그 미탁배랑 신데 되네 게 차와 게네 송데 시고도 마시와 지연 맨도 섬네 되네 양 섬노 당데 되네 양 솔릿메 봐 용거라고 엄들어도
So if the universe is not solid and will disappear one day, of course, for our life, it's the same. And if we understand that, then we will realize a little bit what it is about, what impermanence is about. And then the second meditation is the meditation of the impermanence of beings which are in the universe. So if once when we are born, one day we will die. And so the Buddha asked, have you ever seen somebody who won't die? Or have you ever heard about it? Or have you ever had a doubt about this? And so among all the beings in the six realms in the universe, all beings who is born will die one day. And we must also think about this, and through this reflection, then we will develop a little bit more our understanding.
tene sumba dambi chebula samne mitabahom seadi jigden zamboling de la sanje mambo phendu chachamba mambo jongdo chanju semba mambo jongdo tene jotop mambo jongdo pendita mambo jongdo pyolayang mambo jongdo tene tanda jiyam de sama den 공부 적사도와 되는 담비 지불라 삼내양 대답 산제 장주 선바 자전바양 공부 정도다 완전 잡아도 인대인 시고로 삼
So the third meditation is a meditation of the impermanence of the sublime beings. So how many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arhats, and Yogis came in our world, and so all these beings today they are not there anymore. We only have stories about their lives, but they are not there anymore. So even if these beings, as they died, of course we will one day die too.
tene shiba jigu dabola samne mitabakom seade bena tene lagi jabo changba chapjuk wangjuk seade soyang nimachi shidores temaze zambolina jalbo chimboga zeore 미왕 첨보가 제요래 데스 참 시차도 와서 데스라 삼로다네 왕 첨보 보어 첨보 데네 잘보 렘보 한데 참아 시차도 와 시에레도 와 당원저 리시 삼
So the first part is a meditation of impermanence of the kings of beings. When we talk about kings, it refers to kings in the god realms, such as Brahma or Indra, and also of the universal monarch, and of great and powerful kings who came in our world, and even these beings who have long life and are very powerful, they will die. So based on this reflection, we think about our life, and of course one day also we will die.
이제네 나봐 베데나 소라 산메타 파사로타인데 되네 먼저 칼바딜라 당보 칼바 당보라 먼저 미사마 세링보 로톤도 숨주십시오. 오케이? 앞주투주 라이브 되네 먼저 수포라 외도와 니만다와 고민도 bed나 사율능시 라다 집어하라고 열세도 대양 미탁베랑시인데 렘시드마마마마마마도 난다 버틀려버다 된 단도 딜리 두간도요 되는 딜리 두간도야 되는 세퉁퉁 셀리주바 되는 잠불링라 나사 무게 칼라사야 메바 네 무게 툭세 막 돼서 연구열에 세워가 걸려 주라리도 되네 양 림신도 양 갈래갈래 체링도 야로야로네 미테레보다 페게요레 슬라디 칼바디양 펠 림시데 펠 마네 펠 미타고이메레스 미타고.
So in the fifth part, there are examples which illustrate the impermanence. And here the example taken is the one of the kalpas. So in the previous kalpa, the human beings had a very long life, and they were very tall, and there were no moon or sun, because there was a light which emanate from human beings, and so then gradually the life get shorter and shorter until now, and this will keep on declining until the human beings are only reach only 10 years old, and there will be more and more wars, and people won't have food, and then there will be a growth, and the human beings will have longer life, and they will be taller, and then the Buddha Maitreya will come. So this growth and decline, this growth and decline of each kalpas, illustrates the impermanence.
되네 디티어라 저한테요. 되네 변나 제바 탐지 미타바레 담아 시고래 송도 다게 뒤송도. 되네 싹바 탐지 미타바레와 존도래. 싹바 되네 잘라 배샤 가리나 사셔주디 미타바인서 존도래. 디바탐지 미탁데 잘세디 다나만저 소바청 망보 질렙도와 미탁바인서 주제니 점제라 정말 잘 적어요. 되네 변나 홀 실리마 홀 첨부 미팅 첨부 돼서 미망 되네 다마디 델도 그러고 가이서 디 미탁바래서 디바탐지 미탁데 달 직바탐지 미탁데 겐세디 되네 직샤죠 소샤죠 강바도 한데네요 디야 미탁바인서 내바도요 이마지 템보 탐지 미탁들은 템보 토보 변나 미침부터서 뱀버침부터서 프레시던트에서 되네 주부터서 수이는 미침부터서 미탁바 인상 니마지 충충 차도래스 노멀 차도래스 대신도 단연 상인 세대 자 같이 자 마강인 년 강인 야고두고 강인의 탐지 미탁바래 단당 만줄 마강인디 제마 가부차그래 강인디 마가차그래 세인데 미탁바랑 신데 내송도
So if there is birth, there will be death, and all things which have been accumulated one day will be dispelled, dissolved. All composed phenomena will be decay, and all things which have been built, such as a house, will be destroyed. All people, such as a president, will become then normal people, and the people we consider as friends today can be considered as enemy tomorrow, and the people we consider as enemy today can be considered as friends tomorrow. So the impermanence is present in all phenomena.
되네 먼저 잠불링기 미 기에찬네 메라 시고르바 이나양 간르시기레 실룩 시진 치위 뒤주 뒤수 망해버려 사고 말해서 남치 가디시기 되는 시기인사 술라요 내어 말해봐 소모도.
So when there is birth, for sure there will be death. But when, where, and how, this we don't know. We can't know this.
되네 로벤 아리아 대화기 치위진의 신두 망보레스 서위진의 신두 뉴용레스 되네 소야 약보 용어 된달라 약보 제네야 디양 시약이 제나 저거래 송도.
So Lopen Ariadewa said about that there are countless causes of death, and there are very few causes of life. And even these positive factors can become cause of death.
베나 가시 아메 코바나가 시기르바 소모도 가시 제마 탁도 제바도 남서 시기르바 세도 먼저 가시 때지지 론이 숨지로디 시기도 와서 가시 로접지 주고르디 달라바디 시기도 와서 가시는 갱고찬의 시기 여러 와서 때네 가시는 맨사는 맨기 맞추는 시기 여러 와서 가시는 맨살음매가 시기 여러 와서 가시는 예신하고 시되기도 와서 가시는 갈라사기 시기도 와서 가시네 계제 시기도 와서 가시네 내가 제기 시기도 와서 되네 배나 대사이나 남자나 시기도 모자나 시기도 릴리나 시기도 accident 매나야 시기도 accident 인데 매나야 되네 랑 양가시네 랑기 세기도 랑시제비도 대전 치위진데 망보래 송거 알아야 돼요. 되네 초와 마시에기 디 뉴뉴데 치위진데 망보츠 페나 룽나기 마르멘타고 페나 룽 마르메지 치로로 룽나나샤나 디 야포용야 10% Tilan danger di 90% wa pena lung di chilo na ko 90% shigir ba lung ko la barse mangbo yora chu yong gre lung yong ka tik jena ma ya bojin de la jen tunje nyung ma de ya mare esum ba ya de wa dire.
So there are a lot of causes of death. So some die in the mother womb, some newborn, some child of 1 or 2 years old die, or 17 years old, or old people. Some die in their bed, or while eating, or while speaking, while walking, some in taking medicine, and some person kills themselves. And here we can see that there are much more causes of death than life. And there is an example to illustrate this. So it is a candle. A candle that we put outside in the wind, in the rain, and there are 90% possibilities that the light will pull out, go out, and only 10% that it won't. And so it's exactly the same with our life.
Tene samlo mambo tane tene mitapa te rangi semnala lipko ya terenwa.
It's by thinking about this that we will understand what is impermanence. We will realize what is impermanence.
Tene mitapa rangi julele na khari yorsedi nyenumba ki nyembodeba decha shedang timungaja ma nyur dogoyor de pendoyor.
So understanding what is impermanence is a great benefit, and because it is the antidote of our negative emotions, such as desire, attachment, pride, jealousy, and ignorance.
Tene tongbanyi tenda de yapo chi rangju la malibna mara mitapaki tenda de rangju la yapo chi malibna tongbanyi ten to tu mare sungudwa. Tene tongbanyi tenda tokoya la ki chi shu de mitapako medere.
So it is said that if we don't realize what is impermanence, then it won't be possible for us to realize emptiness. It is based on impermanence that we will realize emptiness.
Tene mitapati rangi tsawa lama dhamredwa, mitapata rangi master redwa. Tene mitapala tene nganzo pusi tsunduji tukudwa.
So we can also think about impermanence and meditate on impermanence by thinking of our root guru. And this impermanence is also a way to be perseverant in our practice.
Tene sanjegi korwa dungagi rangshin re, korwa le nyingbo yo mare songdi, di mitakba yinza songmarawa tene. Mitakba de hawa na tene korwa dungagi rangshin yinba nyingbo meba di understand yongudo.
So the Buddha said that the cyclic existence don't have any essence or any inherent existence. And so when we understand what is impermanence, then we understand at the same time that the cyclic existence don't have any inherent existence or any essence.
Tene yang mitakba la di shiya chibu kesa mare dowa. Mitakba gomse di tene yangdu shi mahwa soya dowa nyamlen chene dire. Mitakpa la shiya ne tene patikang re dowa ten zang tene shuya nyamlen chene tene korwa la chi mahwa sotu kuyarwa gasta mitakpa dire dowa. Pena mitakpa se shiya chipu kecha mares. Mitakpa shi mahoya. Okay? Korwa la ke mahoya sotu mura gasta mitakpa nyamlenki. Telabdi mitakpa se di karchiga dharma practice la interest yongorwa chundu yongor. Shi di tamba mitakpa shiya chipu po di mares ro. Shi mahoya. Shi di pa po sogoro. Nyamlen chendir.
So it is not because we are afraid of the death that we meditate on impermanence, but the impermanence will allow us not to be afraid anymore of death.
Tene che mila lewa sungwa khasang la yinba. Chiwa mitakpa la jigne rila peba yins. Rila pene mitakpa komne ten tongma niju la kene pa peu se dire. Peu disparu.
So Jitsu Milarepa said it, so because he was afraid of impermanence, he went in the mountain to meditate, and through his practice he realized emptiness. And after this realization, he said that there is nothing to be afraid of.
Then mitapa samlatsane matane shu nyamlen jena tene nyamlen ngomadi regi retuyo mare se ora des dramanda buchi teatra buchi regi resu.
So if we don't think about impermanence, if we don't realize what is impermanence, then there is no point in our practice. It is such as a play.
Pena lodok namba shi nangwa, lodok namba shi nangwa kichishu gare se de mitaparwa.
So among the four thoughts which turn the mind away from cyclic existence, the most important one is the one about impermanence.
Tene mitapa komni semla mitapa kena tene nyamlen changma perfect be yakbo yongor nyamlen changma chetugo yormeda.
So if we realize what is impermanence, then all our practices will be perfect.
Tene nyamlen jela toa yongodo epis kasta mitapa. Hangdar lodong namba shinala mitapa komni rangi semdi jurgo. Semdi jurnamado chunyamle yakbo chetugo derva mitapagi sem jurgo.
So we've seen that among the four thoughts which turn away from the cyclic existence, one about impermanence. So this thought of impermanence will transform our mind, and it is through this transformation that we will be able to practice correctly.
Tene semjengi je nang je chishu de langbochi ki je re so do langbochi ki chishu de langbochi de sha yomarda kamba ki je de. Tene anzo ki sanje ki chu nyamnen nangla jar chishu de dai de nimita pare so mar beti do.
So the print of the elephant is the largest, and among the print of all beings. And it is the same with the impermanence. So among all teachings given by the Buddha, the most important is the one about impermanence.
Tene kasam lapsonga tene de sanje tene dikpa chimbo jing baju mo sengi sanje ge mitapo kola teaching de mitapo samlo tangne shido de dikpa chama me layu la kierse de dikpa daya la nyembo mitapo pe meseres.
So as we've seen yesterday, so there was a person who accumulated a lot of negativities by killing animals, and this person received teachings on about emptiness from the Buddha. Impermanence. Sorry. Of teachings of impermanence from the Buddha. And while walking, this person was killed by a cow, and as she was thinking about impermanence, instead of taking rebirth in the lower realms, she took rebirth in the God realms. So this illustrates the power of impermanence. When we understand impermanence, it is a great antidote to negativities.